Coming up in VUCast, eat more, lose weight, how to make it work. Anger in the court, why ticked off judges may be better. And what inspires our professors to teach. Hi, I'm Amy Wolf with VUCast. It's a new year, and for some of us, that means trying to shed some holiday pounds. But what if you could eat more and still lose weight? How about preventing disease and slowing aging? Sounds a little too good to be true, but as VUCast Barb Kramer shows us, it is possible.
After those calorie-filled holiday celebrations, some folks decide to mend their ways. Some by exercising. Some by starting a diet. But that can be difficult.
So I think people have to find a way to eat plenty of food that keeps them satisfied and yet choose foods that aren't going to pack on the pounds. I'm going to start my spinach.
Choose the right foods like superfoods, and you can eat more with less calories, says Vanderbilt's nutrition expert, Jamie Pope.
You can use the entire bag.
Leafy greens like spinach and kale, she says, are packed with antioxidants and phytochemicals. Those natural compounds and nutrients reduce heart disease risk and prevent some cancers.
Most people have heard that salmon is certainly a superfood.
Superfood fresh salmon has omega-3 fatty acids believed to help prevent Alzheimer's disease and depression.
If you look at 100 calories of some foods, you're not going to get a lot of nutrition out of it. It's 100 calories. Versus some foods for 100 calories, you're going to get a lot with that. And just look at that color. That's a great side as well.
To fill out a meal, sweet potatoes or acorn squash are good. Studies show they may slow aging.
This is just pretty.
The varied colors of superfoods, vegetables, and fruit signify specific important nutrients inside.
And for convenience sake, I love frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are frozen the day they're harvested, so you tend to retain a lot of nutrient value.
The key to healthy eating, Pope says, is balance.
You know, the more variety you have in your diet in terms of different types of foods across all the groups of foods, the more likely you are to get your nutrient needs met.
For a complete list of superfoods, also called functional foods, go to mealsmatter.org. Click the Healthy Eating tab and then Functional Foods. This plate is packed with superfoods, but Pope says eat at least one superfood in every meal.
You don't have to be perfect.
And you can face the new year sticking with one resolution, eating more with less calories. For VUCast, Barb Kramer reporting.
Want to learn more? Jamie Pope is teaching a free nutrition and lifestyles course online this spring through a partnership with Vanderbilt and Coursera. The 7-week class will cover food labeling, dietary supplements, and more. Sign up on coursera.org/Vanderbilt. Congratulations to the Commodores, who finished the 2012 season ranked number 20 in the USA Today Coaches Poll and number 23 in the Associated Press poll.
You were unethical and it was improper, and then you go to the Supreme Court and complain because I told you that we're plowing ahead with this thing, and you complain about information that you improperly obtained through your unethical ex parte contact with the court. Now that is out of bounds. It's totally out of bounds. And if you ever do it again, I will send you to the Bar Association and try to get your bar license yanked.
Now that judge was pretty ticked off, but an angry judge just might make a better judge. Vanderbilt law professor Terry Maroney says even though we assume judges are supposed to be stoic, a little emotion does a lot of good.
What's special about anger is it is a judgmental emotion. When you feel angry at somebody, that means that you've made a judgment that that person has acted badly without cause. And that's actually exactly what we expect judges to do.
Maroney holds trainings to help judges use emotion in a successful way. Read more about her Angry Judges research on news.vanderbilt.edu. Search Terry Maroney. The new Vanderbilt Story Booth continues to travel around campus, collecting student, faculty, staff, and alumni stories. Recently, we asked some professors, what inspires you about your area of study?
I'm inspired by the possibility of change. I think I'm inherently an optimist, and growing up, I was inspired by the stories of my family, first living in sort of a time in which the country was colonized and then fighting for independence. And then I also worked with a nonprofit, witnessing and experiencing the stories of women who had formerly been trafficked and who were now advocating for themselves and other men and women just so that they would not be victimized in the way that they were. And I think that sense of possibility and hope and these transitions that I've experienced is one that just really inspires me to study policy and politics.
When I talk to my students who are obtaining their PhDs in the lab, it's always like, you're the first person in the world that's ever doing this experiment. No one's ever seen this, so we have no idea what it's going to look like. We have no idea what is going to happen. We can hypothesize, and I think that's really exciting because in our laboratories, we get to see something that no one else has ever seen in the world.
I remember growing up I vaguely remember Pong, and I grew up initially with the Atari 2600, so I've always loved computers, I've always loved that technology. And to be able to spend my time as a faculty member doing research on computing systems, helping to design them, helping to build those systems better, really is a fun challenge for me to do.
Keep a lookout for the Vanderbilt Story Booth across campus and on vanderbilt.edu/storybooth. For VUCast, I'm Amy Wolf.